again.
Unfortunately, at the very beginning, I will tell you that this will be our last question. I'm going to ask you about internal audits in automotive. This question will be really up to date. What are the challenges in remote auditing during COVID time right now? We struggle.
Wow, good last question. So as you probably know, IATF were quite slow to the remote auditing concept. Yeah. But I think they were very nervous to relax and allow third-party auditors to do remote audits. But the way that the pandemic grew, there was no way that the scheme could carry on by forcing auditors to go on site and put their health in danger. So finally, they did agree that if it is not safe to get onto a company premises to do an on-site audit, with a lot of rules attached, they did allow auditors to do remote audits. And in the same document, the IATF COVID response, they also said it is acceptable for organizations to do remote internal audits. So that was quite a landmark that IATF agreed with the concept. But then we have to think about then what are the pitfalls in doing remote audits? What are the difficulties? So the first thing we have to make sure is that auditors have the right technology to do the audit and they have a good sound internet connection, which maybe in some countries we take for granted. In other countries, that would be a nice to have. So we need good internet connection. We need the right remote technology, which could be Zoom, could be Teams, it could be GoToMeeting. Yeah, IATF don't prescribe which format we use, but there has to be the way that we can communicate effectively with the client. Then I think there's even more need to do good audit preparation. So we have to ask the organization that we're auditing for the relevant information in advance of the audit. So I think it becomes even more to do good audit planning. Then we need to arrange, obviously, the time that we're going to do the audit. We need to make sure that we've got the relevant people invited to the audit that are going to be able to join us remotely, either from the factory that we're auditing, or people might have to dial in remotely if they're not on the site. The way that we ask the question should be fairly similar, but I think we have to be more patient because we're going to be asking people for information and people are going to have to share that information by share screen, for example. And some people might not be as fully competent with the technology. So it's going to take them a little while to find the information, to open it up and to share the information on screen. Then I think you have to teach the auditees to be patient, that you're going to have to read information and there's going to be periods of silence where you're going to be reading some information and you're going to be thinking about what are the follow-up audit questions that you want to ask. The big problem comes if we want to go and see, for example, the manufacturing process, because we have to have pre-arranged for the people that we're auditing to be able to take us using mobile phone, using an iPad, to take us into the relevant manufacturing area. And some manufacturing areas won't have Wi-Fi. So we're going to be working on 3 or 4G. The signal will break down. It will be slow. So my advice is, if you're going to do an audit where we have to go into manufacturing, that before the audit, you pre-test to make sure that there's enough internet or Wi-Fi connection that you can get a good signal to make the audit worthwhile. Because if it keeps breaking up, then you're going to get frustrated, the auditee is going to get frustrated, and you're not going to undertake an effective audit. So I think the key is really good planning, not just the audit planning, but the planning of the technology for how we're going to undertake the audit. That would be my advice.
Have you already did?
Oh, no, I've done it. And I've done remote IATF audits, but I've done also remote audits of somebody doing a remote audit as a witness auditor. And that is even more difficult to try and witness the auditor doing a good remote audit. So no, I've had a lot of experience, and the one key message I would give is about plan, plan, plan. If you do good planning, the probability is the audit will go far better.
Yeah, this was really interesting to listen to you as an experienced person in remote auditing. So thank you very much for this last question. And at the end of our short series of videos, Paul, I would like to really thank you. I really appreciate your experience, your knowledge. I really enjoy listening to you on your also YouTube channel, and hope to listen to you or maybe do other projects with you again.
Yeah, no, I'd be more than happy to do another series in the future, as long as the listeners like it. Then more than happy to participate in future series.
Thank you very much. Stay safe, and I wish you everything best. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you very much.